In a world where men are increasingly becoming the minority, the Too Much Moxie podcast is the show where men can come and talk and address some issues that affect them. For example, provider stress syndrome, PSS, is an epidemic affecting today's generation of males. The modern women are more independent and look down on their men, and when you are not being appreciated or celebrated enough as a man, it can lead into serious symptoms such as suicidal, depression, substance abuse, etc., which in fact may be at its root what PSS/provider stress syndrome really means. The goal of the Too Much Moxie podcast is to help men to better understand themselves, their relationships, and what it means to be a man. In today's society, it seems like the only thing that matters is being rich, successful, and powerful. But what about those of us who are not? What about those of us who are not rich or successful and feel like we don't fit in? What about those of us who don't have a lot of friends or family members that care about us? What do we do when no one else is there to help us through the hard times, and how can we help ourselves? I personally believe that men need other men around them at all times, but what happens when we lose our sense of masculinity and become more feminine as well? How do we get back on track and reclaim what it means to be a man? The Too Much Moxie podcast will cover many topics related to this topic, including relationships, sex, and dating.
In light of the significant impact the COVID pandemic has had for many businesses large and small, the federal government has enacted various programs to help businesses recover. Have you heard of the Employee Retention Credit Program, ERC? The ERC is a grant, not a loan, that you can claim for your business based on qualified wages and benefits paid to your employees. How much money can you get back? You can claim ERC equal to 70% of qualified wages for 2021 and 50% for 2020. The maximum amount per employee is $7,000 per quarter in 2021 and $5,000 for the year total in 2020. Let's say your company has 100 employees and you took a PPP loan. We would be able to get you a total refund of approximately $1 million. How do you know if your business is eligible? Your business has to meet the following criteria: have been in existence since February 15, 2020, and, based on the number of employees you had in 2019, have 100 or fewer full-time employees to claim ERC for 2020 and 500 or fewer for 2021. If not, you may qualify for some benefits as a large employer. In addition, either one of the following should apply to your business: fully or partially suspended operations, or reduced business hours due to government orders. Experienced a significant decline in gross receipts due to the pandemic. For 2021, more than a 20% decline versus the same quarter in 2019. For 2020, more than a 50% decline versus the same quarter in 2019. The ERC has strict eligibility requirements, involves complex and technical details, and has undergone various changes since 2020. This credit is favorable, but complicated, and we at Bottom Line Concepts are here to help figure it all out for you. Here's what we will provide: thorough evaluation regarding your eligibility, comprehensive analysis of your claim, guidance on the claiming process and documentation, specific program expertise that a regular CPA or payroll processor might not be well versed in, fast and smooth end-to-end process from eligibility to claiming and receiving funds, dedicated specialists that will interpret highly complex program rules and will be available to answer your questions, including: how does the PPP loan factor into the ERC? What are the differences between the 2020 and 2021 programs, and how does it apply to your business? For larger multi-state employers, what are aggregation rules and how do I interpret multiple states' executive orders? How do part-time, union, and tipped employees affect the amount of my refunds? And more. The great news is our interests are fully aligned. We only receive a fee if you recover your money. Founded in 2009, Bottom Line is North America's leading contingency-based cost consulting firm. We have worked with more than 10,000 plus clients and have successfully brought over $2.5 billion in savings since inception. Our new division, Government Aid, will make sure you're taking the right next steps and maximizing your claim for your business. Interested in finding out more or have any questions for us?
Yeah, I feel like I joined the car. go to church. Amen. Praise the Lord. Amen. Amen. Praise the Lord. I think I'ma join the choir. Cause we was sinning, we was hanging in the field. We had Glocks with extensions, it was wicked and tricky, yeah. Oh, we was sinning, yeah. Oh, we was sinning, yeah. I think that I'ma join the choir. Cause we was sinning, we was hanging in the field. We had Glocks with extensions, man, this chicken got real wicked and tricky, yeah. Oh, we was sinning, yeah. Oh, we was sinning, yeah. I think that I'ma join the choir. What you know about losing your best friend, or losing your best man, losing your blood brother from a sister, wishing you can free him again. All the real niggas put y'all hands in the air for the real niggas y'all can lost. All the real niggas chuck y'all gang in the air for all the bitch niggas y'all that's tossed. Man, this shit got real crazy, feel like we losing niggas on the daily. All I had tears in my eyes, anger said somebody need to die. I was trying to get some get back, they killed my homie of a bitch, nigga. I be down, won't get my get back. Let's crack a look at me wrong, that boy about to get his shit pushed back. I think I'ma join the choir. Cause we was sinning, we was hanging in the field. We had Glocks with extensions, it was wicked and tricky, yeah. Oh, we was sinning, yeah. Oh, we was sinning, yeah. I think that I'ma join the choir. Cause we was sinning, we was hanging in the field. We had Glocks with extensions, man, this chicken got real wicked and tricky, yeah. Oh, we was sinning, yeah. Oh, we was sinning, yeah. I think that I'ma join the choir.
All right. Welcome to the Too Much Moxie podcast. I am your humble host, Too Much, and with me, you know, is my co-host, the big Walter Downey.
Yes, sir.
What's going on?
You hear me all right?
Yeah,
I'm trying to test out these
headphones. All right?
Yeah, this is my first time using headphones in a minute. So
Okay. He's using the headphones, y'all. He's using the headphones, y'all. So we getting into it, man. This is gonna be it's gonna be an impromptu show. We had something else planned, but I had somebody tell me I should talk about Andrew Tate. I wanted to hear to my audience. I want to talk about Andrew Tate. I also thought it might be good to add in our brother Ye, and also just as a caveat for for my millennials out there, we got the Blueface Baby. We're gonna talk about it, man. He's all over the news. I mean, pretty much. Who should millennials be turning to? Should they be listening to Andrew Tate? Should they be listening to Ye? Should they be listening to Blueface? Who are the leaders of the new world here? Where is the world coming to, and what is it about to become? Are we in this major reset? Let's get a little bit conspiratorial even. Are we in the last days? Is America on a decline? Does the world not like people who preach truth? And do they think it's wise to just lock them up and defame their name? Should we put on a pedestal, these rappers, these industry people? Are they even really leaders? We've been seeing the toxicity in the news about this brother Blueface and his girl, or his baby mama. Could be his baby mama now. The brother really is taking a turn for the worse, man. If you really got Christian Rock impregnated, brother, you're not smart. If you're out here thumping on these women with no condoms, no kind of protection for yourself, what kind of message are you sending to these millennials out here? What type of leadership are you exuding? Blueface Baby, I don't know, man. I don't know. We're gonna talk about it though. We're gonna talk about our brother, man. We got two brothers, man. Andrew Tate is a brother. I know he carries a lot of Caucasian features, and people like to look at him as a mulatto or mixed race, but that's a black man right there. His daddy was black. Okay, in America, he wouldn't be called an American British. He'd be called a Black American or an African American, right? So that's a brother right there, and they're going after him. In my opinion, they're going after our brother Andrew Tate. They're going after him. They locked him up, put him in jail. He's still in jail. I'm very curious to see. I'm very curious to see how these charges are going to play out. I don't know anything about the Romanian court system or how they do things. I don't know if they're a corrupt government or not. But I'm going to say for this situation, they corrupt, man. They corrupt. I'm just going to say, I don't know. But I'm just going to say if whoever has the power, who has more power than Andrew Tate, they just made that phone call and was like, hey, man, we got to put, this brother keeps pushing the line. He keeps inspiring the youth. He keeps putting out messages that we don't want out there. He's hurting our business. He's hurting our bottom line, our dollar. So I think y'all need to, trump up some charges and do what y'all do, man, and lock that brother up, man. And don't let him out until he decides, hey, don't let him out. Just don't let him out until he sings like a canary and says what we want him to say. So yeah, I agree, man. Definitely some corrupt stuff going on, man. Shout out to Plant Ninja, man. Appreciate it, man. Shout out to you, man. You actually gave me the idea to do the show about Andrew Tate, man. So shout out to my brother there, Plant Ninja, man. Y'all go check him out on Twitch, man. The brother is a gamer, and he's pretty exciting to watch, man. He's animated. So shouts out to Plant Ninja. Thank you for joining the show. But Andrew Tate, man, is in my opinion, he hasn't said anything wrong. I know people like to say, always start with, I agree with him, but not everything he says, right? They always say that, I agree with Andrew Tate, but maybe not his delivery. They did the same thing with Kevin Samuels too, right? They said, oh, I agree with Kevin Samuels, but his delivery, I don't agree with. I don't agree with everything, right? I agree with some, man, man, let me tell you something. I don't find anything wrong with this brother, man. I mean, he tells you pretty much what he's doing. He told you he ran a webcam business. He told you he was skimming off the top from the ladies. He told you that he was like, hey, man, I'll take care of your taxes. And he was really paying them like $3,000 a month if they made 10. I mean, he told you what he was doing. Now, is that a good Is that a good business practice? No. But it's business, because let's be real. Business takes advantage of the little people. That's how they make money. That's how they make money. So he told you what he was doing with the ladies. He told you what he was doing with the ladies. He told you how he feels as a man. He said, hey, man, I am a man, and women need to fall in line because I'm the leader. I'm the top G. He called himself the top G, y'all. He called himself the top G. I don't see anything wrong with that, man. The guy had a vast wealth. He had many cars that many of our millennial brothers, they aspire to be like. If you want to aspire to be like anybody, right? Wouldn't it be these gentlemen here on the screen? You want to be as, I guess, as cool as a Blueface. You want to be as influential as a Ye. And you want to be a man like Andrew Tate. I mean, these are supposedly the leaders of the new world. And two of them are locked up. One of them is locked up. We don't know what's going on. We're going to talk about our brother Ye. We don't know what's going on with our brother Ye. We don't know where he's at. We don't know if he's still alive. We hear little things here or there. We don't know. I hope that brother is doing well and he's doing okay. But we about to jump into some news about him in a minute. But we're still on Andrew Tate. We got a message saying he provides a lot of good perspective. The way he delivers it is so direct and controversial. He does it on purpose because he's good at marketing. Yeah, I agree. The brother is definitely a marketing genius, because how do you become the most influential man in the world right now? How do you become the most Googled man on earth right now if you're not a marketing genius? I think the world hates people being direct. I think the world hates the truth, and I believe the world hates that it's coming from a black man, a mixed gentleman, a English and American gentleman, a black and Caucasian gentleman. I think the world doesn't like that. And he's also empowering, let's be real, that even though this brother is a black man, he's empowering a lot of white males. He's saying you don't have to be weak. You don't have to get your stuff taken. You can stand up and you be man. He's actually teaching a lot of the younger generation who's never actually ever seen what an alpha male looks like. He's showing them like, hey, this is how men conduct themselves. Men do this. If you've been watching things like Jordan Peterson, a lot of millennials are rushing towards Jordan Peterson because they're seeing these talking points played out. They're seeing men saying, hey, man, it's okay to be a man. They've never heard that before. As long as I've been living, I'm 42, about to be 43 this year. I've always heard that men are bad. Men are evil. Men are toxic. Men are scrubs. Men are easy. Men are bad for the world, right? Men are the cause of wars. But we know that men built this mother, this rock, this planet that we're living on. We've kind of civilized it. It went from a savage. We know the real world is savage, right? The real world is dangerous. But we kind of put this soft layer on top of the real world. We could put something called a civilization on top of this jungle, this vast rock, this desert, this grassland, right? Right in the midst of all these animals, right? We just put our civilization right on top of it, and we said, you animals must move away, because we're putting civilization here. We're putting roads, we're putting streets, we're putting stop signs and traffic lights. We're putting transportation, we're putting buildings, we're putting houses, we're putting skyscrapers, right? We're bringing in people, and we're going to convert them. We're going to teach them how to not be wild, but teach them how to become civilized and citizens, right? And teach them how to move around on earth and conduct business. So men built this world and made it soft for the women that love to talk about us, and now we're talking back at them, because we're not just letting the women talk, men too are speaking. But Walter, I want to talk about this Andrew Tate, man. How do you feel about Andrew Tate and his message? How do you feel about the infamous Andrew Tate?
I feel like Andrew Tate is the only one up there that people can even look up to, and I mean, that's of course that's barring anything we might find out from the criminal trial or whatever. But I mean, he let people know, like you said, he let people know that it's okay to be a man. It's okay to be a strong man. It's okay to be a direct man and whatnot. And a lot of people don't like that. And honestly, we have to look at the Romanian government, and we need to look at the what's going on out in Romania. Because if you go out there and study Romania, they have a huge liberal setup that's similar or kind of outclasses the liberal setup going on out here, because the liberals out there in Romania kind of act like the mob in a way, and that's not even speculation. That's they have a lot of people in high places. They have a lot of rallies. So if somebody is not guilty, they can still make them guilty because of who they know. But don't take my word for it. Look up the liberal things going on out in Romania. Look who they're connected to. they're even connected to people that have power that's outside of Romania and inside of Romania. So they do have the power to say, hey, we don't like what you're saying. We're going to have you set in jail for a while on a charge. And they take a page out the book in America, because even over here in the United States, sex is one of the things that you could put a man in jail for with no evidence, with hearsay and everything. And then he has to sit in jail until it gets straightened out. And once again, that's not speculation. Look at how many men go to jail under a false allegation or false accusation and have to sit there until it gets deliberated. Sometimes it could be a year, 2 years, 5 years, and then they get out and well, we're sorry, And so Romania takes a page out of that. Just like how you seen the Brittany Griner thing, where they was able to hold Brittany Griner until they did the deal with the Merchant of Death. Why should her case even have to have anything to do with the Merchant of Death? Like there's other countries, like Romania and other places that do similar things. It's not just Russia. Like we're going by what we see in the mainstream news, but we need to go actually study and go by what's actually happening in that country. So I just encourage anybody to look up the liberal things going on out in Romania, and you'll see they act just like the mob.
Wow, Walter did his research on us, man. I did not know that. That's what's up. That's what's up. We gotta clap that up. Oh yeah, on point. So now we know that the Romanian government is possibly corrupt, and that they're running with the liberal mafia out there, and they done hemmed up. I wonder why. I wonder why Andrew Tate moved to Romania in the first place. I wonder why he went back, because it was said that he possibly moved to Dubai, and he was living good in Dubai. He should have stayed his butt in Dubai, but had to go back to Romania. Why?
I don't know, maybe, but this is just speculation. But it's so bad the way the liberals act like a mob out there, or act like the old school mob out there now. Who knows? They could have said, hey, let's hire Andrew Tate on some business to come out here. That's how we'll get him out here. Business, men like business, and then from there, just we know where he's at, because we're the ones that hired. That had somebody hire him come out here for business, and then hey, we just arrest you under this charge. Because so far, what do we know about the case? So far, they said, we looked at your house. What did we find? We don't know anything. No, they haven't said they found anything. But that's the thing about the governments in some of the other countries. They don't necessarily have to find anything. It could be suspicion. It could be whatever little thing that inkling that might go on. So I would say just look up the laws of Romania and how the government operates, and how the liberals out there like the mob, and you'll see, without me running my mouth. So
wow,
you'll see. He could have been just set up.
Yeah, the way it's set, man. I'm like, I like to think Andrew Tate is smart. I think he's an intelligent man. I like to think that he could even see these things coming. So, but here's what I also notice about Andrew Tate. He's an arrogant man. Very, very confident. Maybe too confident, because he decided to take on the Matrix. And I don't know if he thought he could win. I don't know if he thought he had more time. But, I don't see this as a calculated move. I see this as a misstep. He made a misstep in coming back to Romania, and they got him. And he should have stayed. I often tell men, go where you're celebrated. This brother is celebrated in the Muslim community. Okay, he's celebrated amongst the Arabs. They definitely like him. He had a place out in Dubai where he was getting king treatment. I think he should have stayed out there for a while. But maybe he still has some businesses. Maybe he had a girlfriend. I don't know. Back in Romania. Who knows? Maybe he has, there's even been some speculation that Andrew Tate has like 4 wives that's never talked about. So we maybe, and that he supposedly has some kids. Now, this is all speculation. This is all alleged. We don't know this to be true, but it has been out there. So maybe there's some home ground where, where he's at. Maybe that's home base is Romania. But why choose Romania? No freaking clue.
That's what I'm saying. It doesn't add up because honestly, no matter how careful you are, you can't avoid a setup by high powers in government. So I mean, even if they was after you and you haven't got it arrested yet, and they say, hey, Moxie, we need you to fly out here. You hear me?
Yeah. Why you got to say me though?
No, I'm just.
I don't want to. Don't come after me.
I'm just saying.
I'm just saying that anything. I'm innocent. I'm innocent.
I'm just saying if they said, hey, we'll pay you $70K to come to Brazil or whatever, or somewhere close or whatever.
I'm going to Brazil,
we'll pay you
I'm going to
$70K for a podcast.
I'm coming out there to Brazil.
But then you get out there and then you find out some of the liberals out there just didn't like you, and now they got you in the jail in Brazil. Even if you did get paid the $70K, they got you in the jail in Brazil or wherever just because the liberals.
All right, now Walter, now I'm watching out. Now I'm being very, very careful. If y'all invite me for $70K, I know it's a setup. I know it's a freaking setup, and I'm not coming out there. I decline all $70K offers of podcasts in another country. You're not gonna get me slipping. I'm not Andrew Tate, okay? But I am against the Matrix. It is what it is, man. I'm not for it. I'm about getting y'all out the Matrix. I don't, I'm definitely. Have you seen that movie Minority Report?
Yeah.
Now I kind of feel like we're in a Minority Report, right? But except, they're going after people, right? Who they deem will be leaders one day. So Minority Report is about catching criminals before they do criminal acts, right? Well, Minority Report is really about catching world leaders before they become world leaders. So they have like little indicators where they say, okay, this guy's getting too influential. Let's go in and mess them up. So that's what I think. Go ahead.
Yeah, and it's sad that it happens to Andrew Tate because to me, and this is just my opinion, I know you might not agree with me or anybody else, but to me, Andrew Tate's the only one out of those 3 that's on code that to be looked up to as on code. Like I'm always 50-50 with Ye because to me, Ye is off code. He be simping, talking about he buys the women that he gets with houses and whatnot. Yeah, that's why they're trying to get with you. But as far as like business moves and stuff or whatnot, you could look up to him for business and influence. But as far as like male code, he's not really on that. You know what I mean? Because he hasn't not once got a respectful wife. He's going after all these ones that's after that's on some nonsense, and that's not really on man code. And
so what do you think about his new wife then? Let's talk about that. What do you think about his new wife, the one that supposedly looks like if it's even real? I don't know if it's real or not. Allegedly, he married a woman because he doesn't want to commit adultery. She's actually one of his creatives or designers, and she kind of looks like, I guess, a Kim Kardashian. I guess he likes Persians. I guess he likes that complexion. The long silky black hair and the female body that come with that, the black body features that come with those type of women. What do you think about him marrying her? And what do you think about it? Let me ask you this, because you're the perfect person to ask about this. And we'll get back to Andrew Tate, man. But we're gonna jump on Ye real quick, man. What do you think about Ye's Christendom, Ye's walk with Christ, man? Is it real? Is Is it still premature? Did he have some more growing up to do? I mean, what do you think about Ye and his walk with Christ?
Well, I'm not really one to get on somebody's walk, but as far as his behavior,
Is it real? Is it legit? Is he sincere with this?
it looks all right. It looks like he's legit and sincere, but it looks like it's misguided. And that's how it always is with somebody trying to start out. Like there's a lot of things that he does, and I'm like, wait a minute, that's not really what it's about. He's kind of closer to the poser Christians, like the American, America, I do this, do that, but I want to know what scripture, like just me as a minister, like I want to know like what scriptures what are you actually following, because if you're just following um, right wing Christendom, that's not um, real Christendom. So I kind of want to see like more living it out as opposed to just saying certain things or doing choir type things and being a um, like being it on the surface but not necessarily being it deep down. It seems like it's kind of still in the milk stage and not the meat stage, if
Yeah,
that makes any sense.
I definitely look at Ye as still a baby Christian because my thing is if you haven't read the whole Bible in its entirety, you're already all over the place. You don't have the real substance because you don't have the totality. Not that the Bible is in any chronological order because it isn't. Once you do the history on the Bible, you find out that many of the books are not in order. Many of the timelines just jump. You jump from this timeline to that timeline, especially if you're dealing with the Old
Right.
Testament, but you have to put some historical context to it. I like people who do a deep dive in the study of the Bible where they understand like the Hebrew language and the Greek language and the Aramaic back then, and they translate from those and get the masculine and the feminine in what's being said. I like things like that, but it seems like people they jump around from this version to that version, the Amplified, the Message, the King James version, the 1611, all this stuff, and they're still not getting the full understanding of what the word is really saying. So yeah, I definitely look at Ye as a baby in that sense, but I also look at Ye as a prophet. Ye is definitely a prophet. I think he's 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 been given this platform for a reason. Probably out of all the other rappers and entertainers, this is the most vocal. This is the most woke. This is the one. This is the most unafraid entertainer who's ready to tell you, "Hey, man, that it's really not right." I'm really not of all of them. He's the most sane one to me as well, even though he does a little crazy thing and outburst. I think his upbringing had a lot to do with that. I think I think he was raised kind of sheltered to a certain extent. Um, he's definitely a mama's boy. He was raised by a single mother, and he says that he talks about how his dad was his best friend, and he's coming into the knowledge of alpha maleism. He's coming into the knowledge of game. He's coming into the knowledge of modern women. He's coming in. He's waking up, and we're just seeing it in real time. I don't know if
Right.
that brother's still alive or not. I hope he is. I hope the Matrix didn't get him. We hear about him here and there. We hear about him. I don't know if it's real or not. Him allegedly marrying a woman that looks like Kim Kardashian. Uh, I hope he's okay. I do believe that there is some mental breakdown. I don't want to call it illness, but I'll say mental breakdown, only because of the level that he's at. Right? He's operating on a different level than the average man. He's on a level where his peers are other billionaires and millionaires and other powerful people trying to sun him, so to speak, and put him in his place, and he's trying to battle, go to war, and rage out, and he's looking for some supernatural help. He's looking for some. Obviously, this brother is expecting God to defend him and God to uplift him and God to keep him focused. And he's in his proving stage where he's right now proving God, and we're seeing this in real time. And we're seeing the Matrix attack both Ye and Andrew Tate. Ye was once the most influential man in America, and then Tate comes in and takes his throne on that. And I just think we have to look at these gentlemen with kind of like a microscope, and we kind of gotta take what they say with a grain of salt. I think we have to look at more at the actions of Ye, as well as the words that Ye is saying, because a lot of times his actions are allegorical, I believe, of what God is trying to show people what's going on. Like we're seeing, I've never seen nobody get their bank account taken away from something they said. I never seen a bank kick a person out who has millions and billions of dollars of money in their account. I've never seen the government freeze someone's account because of something that they said, which falls under the guidelines of freedom of speech. But we're witnessing that in real time. We're witnessing corruption at the highest, and nobody's talking about that.
Yeah, but this is where I'm coming from. How can you get the protection of God if you're not following God like how you should? Because honestly, the reason why any prophet in the Bible always, if we want to consider him that or whatever, any prophet of God always had a point. Most of them always had a point to where they did something that God didn't co-sign on, and they went through hardship because of that. And so we have to look at what Ye is doing that's not in line with that, because in the Bible, the things that God says, it does say, get you a wolf pack, get you a council, he doesn't have that. He just has a bunch of influential people and powerful people around him, but they're not necessarily a godly counsel to him, and even the Bible says, get you a wife that believes in God and that'll support you. He hasn't did that, and there's so many things that down the line to where it's like, man, you're not lined up with the word of God. So if you're not lined up with the word of God, then how are you going to get God's protection? And God's probably going to go over this with him. Like, hey, these people wouldn't have went after you if you had this godly counsel around you to protect you, like what it says in the word, right? Because I mean, even if we look at the Jays the very Jays that he talks about, they have huge counsels behind the scenes, and that's why they're able to rise up against him. A lot of things that he's paying for with women, he probably wouldn't be paying for that if he wasn't jumping from worldly woman to worldly woman. And the list goes down. So it's like, come on, brother, you got to get on code. If you want, for instance, like with men, if you want a good wolf pack, you got to get on code with the wolf pack. You can't be a simp and blah, blah, blah. With God, it goes further. If you want the protection of God and you want God to come through and you don't want to go through a whole bunch of hardships, I mean, God might protect you from dying or whatever, but if you don't want those extra hardships, you got to get on code. And so I'm just being honest. Like, there's a lot of things about what he's doing that the word of God is like, brother, that's not. We don't do that here. And so so I think he can get over a lot of those things if he gets on code with that, and I guess afterwards I'll say my comments on Blueface.
No, I agree. I agree, man, with what you're saying there. I mean, obviously, I look at Ye almost like a David type, and how God dealt with David and dealt with the house of David, even though David was a righteous man and after God's own heart, God still dealt with him, or allowed him to be dealt with, or allowed his kingdom to be stripped apart and taken from him, allowed his kids to be caught up in scandals and things like that. If you look at the prophet Samuel and his house and his children, right? How God allowed the prophet prophet Samuel, the kids of Samuel, they were sleeping with the women and things like that, and God had to deal with, and they were eating the offering. They weren't respecting the offering that was given, and God had to deal with that house. And God, matter of fact, God rose up. Matter of fact, I don't think his name was Samuel. I think God rose up the prophet Samuel because of another prophet was doing wrong, or another Levitical priest was doing wrong. So I may have that wrong. I have to go back. It's been a while, man. I need to. I too need to go back and reread the Bible again, even though I've read it many, many times over, because, there's still some things that will leave you if you don't go back to it and study it again. But I agree. I agree with that. I still look at Ye as a prophet. I look at, we're just seeing the dealings with him in real time. I want to reset real quick and say, if you're just coming in the room, if you're listening to the topic, make sure you do me a solid and click the like button. You see, please donate to the show, Purple Gold, hashtag Purple Gold Tea, if you want to send a Cash App. You can also send a what do you call them? What do YouTube call these things?
Super chat.
You can also send a super chat as well. To support the show, and we would definitely appreciate that. Nothing's too small, 99 cents, $2, $3, we don't care. Just support the content if you like the content. Click the like button at the most, that's free. Share the broadcast, let other people know that we're broadcasting live. We're up at around 10.4K subscribers, and we want to grow to 50K before the end of this year. We're growing, man. We're trying to give you guys talk about things that you guys want to talk about, and we also want you to learn and grow from these conversations. We want you to be able to take these conversations and talk about them amongst your friends out in the open, and each one teach one, so to speak. Learn the game. Now, with that being said, let's switch over. I mean, we know Ye, we know Andrew Tate, and I just threw in Blueface. I mean, we could talk about Ye and Andrew Tate all day, but I want to talk about some relationship turmoil. I want to talk about some things that are troubling. I saw an interview with Blueface on No Jumper. You guys can go Google the Blueface No Jumper interview and see what happened with that. I mean, very, 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 very hard to watch it for me. Looking at just the way Chrisean Rock was controlling the conversation, the way she was acting. This is not a lady that you want to. Chrisean Rock, I'm sorry, Rock. I'm sorry to say, I hate to bash this woman, but I obviously, actually, I don't hate to bash this woman. I mean, she does it to herself, man. She's a mental case, and I don't know if it's for money. I don't know if it's for fame, or if that's just who she really freaking is. But whoever this woman is, she's definitely toxic. And honestly, I'm thinking Blueface is hard on cash, man, and he needs her around. She's making him money. She's keeping eyes on. We wouldn't even know about Blueface if it wasn't for Chrisean Rock. I'm just gonna say it like that. Blueface, he had this off key type of flow, off beat type of flow. He, offbeat type of flow, got these tattoos on his face, is known for sleeping with multiple women, multiple hood rats, multiple modern women. I mean, I'm telling you, the women that Blueface is sleeping with is not anything to be excited about. These are women that are already been ran through. It's not like he's slaying a whole bunch of virgins. You know what I'm saying? He's slaying a whole bunch of slores. Women that just open up and say, "Take me down, Blueface." You know,
Let's keep it real. He's sleeping with a whole bunch of city girls that like pretty boys.
that's it.
That's all it is.
That's it. That's it. He's sleeping with a whole bunch of them, and not just a pretty boy. I wouldn't even give him that title. He probably is a pretty boy, but he's rich. He got money. It's the
Well,
money.
that too.
It's the money. It's always the money. It's always the money.
Yeah.
It's always the money. You know, this brother got money. You know, if you watch his No Jumper interview, you know, I don't even want to play it. I'm just going to say you guys just go check it out. You know, I'm going to direct you to the No Jumper interview. I'm going to give them some more views, right? Y'all go check out the No Jumper interview with Blueface, man, and see the buffoonery. I mean, he sat down with your boy Sharp. You know, everybody knows who Sharp is, you know, self-proclaimed pimp, you know, PIMP. And he checks people and has these discussions with them. And even your boy Sharp picked up on it. Honestly, I didn't think your boy Sharp went in deep enough. I think, you know, I think he should have went in harder on Christiane Rock, man, because this girl was out of line the whole interview. And the way that Blueface just deferred to her was ridiculous. And then her bringing up a pregnancy, possibly be pregnant. Maybe I'll have my period, and now she's pregnant, and now she's claiming it's Blueface. Honestly, I want to say it's Blueface's, but I'm also like, you know, she's a modern woman. I don't think she, you know, just like Blueface wasn't faithful, I don't think she was being faithful. And I think she's definitely trying to have Blueface Baby, especially when allegedly she's had 4 abortions by the brother. That's crazy in itself. You know, just killing these babies, man. First of all, having these babies without any intent on being a father or a mother or raise them under a family and give that child an advantage, that's one thing. But now you're killing 4 babies, 4 potential black babies, and now you're having the 5th one. I think we might find out that it's not Blueface, it's somebody else's, and I think that's gonna crush Christiane Rock, because probably the baby's probably Dusty. She let a Dusty brother, Pookie and Ray Ray, take her down besides Blueface, and she wants that baby to be Blueface, and it very well could be Blueface's, and if it is, it's a wrap for that brother. That brother's career is done.
Not just his career.
Not just his career. What else? What do you think?
His whole life is going to be down, because like she's going to have, you know, that they're not like, you know, she's going to have whole like full control over custody, child support, blah blah blah. You know, she it's just going to be bad. He's going to, pretty soon you're going to see the same tired song, oh, I can't see my kids, or she's doing this and blah blah blah, you know. But you know, it's one thing if you're not trying to shoot for that type of thing, but you know, with her, you can see that coming from a mile away. But he's still in it and doing it, because you know, a lot of the young men aren't raised. They're raised to see women like that as queens. They're not raised to say, hey, wait a minute, this girl is insane. Let me remove myself from the situation. Like, his life would be so much peaceful. Because I was looking at some of Rock's old videos. She was doing
how you
some.
Call her Rock, because that's her name. She's just Rock. She's very masculine. Yeah. Just call her as Rock. Even Blueface called her Rock. Go ahead.
Well, she looked like a rock. She looked like SpongeBob, like a rock under the sea. Because, like,
man, she got some masculine shoulders, brother. I'm sorry, man. She got some wide shoulders, man. Like, she looked like she could just be a transformer in this mug. I mean, let's be real.
Yeah, but
too, not a fan.
That's what I'm saying. So, like, who gets with somebody that is showing like a cuckoo side? And then at the same time, you know, it's just a average looking female with you know, crazy flaws. They like to talk about brothers and stuff, but I mean, like, she really SpongeBob out here. So like, it's like So my thing is like he should have known to remove himself from this situation. Because if you come on this show and let's say somebody comes on this show and says, hey Moxie, hey Walt, I'm with this girl. Okay, what is she like? Oh, she does this and this. Why are you with her? From jump, you know what I mean? Like early on, we'd be like, hey man, no. You know what I mean? So why is it that a lot of this younger generation is not telling themselves when they see women like that? No, that's I mean, but it even goes for females, but we're not talking about females right now. Because for females they got the Pookie and Ray Rays. How come females aren't just because they got D or money or whatever? How come females aren't saying, wait a minute, no, let me get a solid brother? It goes the same for Blueface. How come you're not, wait a minute, no, let me get a solid sister? There's so many other women out there that aren't displaying full 5150 mode. Like, go look at some of Rock's old videos. She was doing some, like, literally cuckoo type things in her old videos, like, way before she met Blueface. So, and what's sad is, yes, she has a bag, but the Catch Me Outside girl has a bag too. People get a bag in the United States for doing stupid stuff. So don't,
and that's a problem, man. That's the problem with the way this world is, man. Evil is rewarded as good, and good is rewarded as evil. We are truly living in that time. Up is down and down is up. Listen, snitching is now acceptable. Snitching is acceptable. Look at Gunna. Look at 6ix9ine. Them brothers is living the good life on the outside. They're being rewarded for snitching. And nobody's doing nothing. Nobody cares anymore. It's like the moral and the code is not respected. Let me tell you, let me switch it here. I want to talk to my millennials right now. I got a video I'm going to play real quick, and then we're going to end the broadcast here soon. About 5 minutes, we're going to end the broadcast. But you got to pay attention. You got to pay attention to your leaders. I'm getting a lot of feedback. You got to pay attention to who's the real leader and who's the puppet leader. Because the puppet leaders, they're the ones that seem to be winning right now. They're the ones that our government, our media, deep state, or whatever you want to call it, are putting up in front. They're putting these toxic people in powerful positions. So you can think that I need to act like this, or I need to do this in order to get ahead. They want to put some dirt on your name, not no respect on your name, right? They want to put some dirt on your name. Like, you can't get ahead unless you got a little bit of dirt that they can use against you in the future in case you do something evil against them. You got to understand that our hip hop is being hijacked. If you look at hip hop, how many FBAs are in hip hop right now? It looks like we've been replaced by a lot of immigrants. And you got to understand that skin folk ain't always kinfolk. We gotta check these people coming in. We gotta gate watch our own community, our own music, because we have another group that's controlling the hip hop culture and the hip hop music and the genre.
It's a plantation.
We got nothing against Hispanics, but we got Hispanic people thinking they started hip hop, and we know that's false. But if you don't gatekeep your own industry, your own music, we'll allow that to happen. We got the alphabet community who are claiming they started hip hop. You know what I'm saying? We got things like that going on. We got to gatekeep these things in our culture. You know, we know Black culture is American culture, but not everything good in Black culture should be promoted or should be popularized or sensationalized like the media is doing it. You know, we need to bring back shame into our community and into some of the things that are going on in order to gatekeep and censor a lot of these things going out. You know, we need more Black media, not immigrant media, but I'm talking about foundational Black American media, so we can get our narrative out there. Because the mainstream media, you know, if you listen to mainstream media, it's crazy. You're a sucker. You're getting duped. You're a sheep being led to the slaughter. You got to go back to some of the grassroots media and watch that and pay attention to those things, because those are what's going to tell you what's true, or at least give you a perspective that hasn't been doctored up or haven't been chosen because they want a certain message to go out more than the other. You know, the grassroots media is really where it's at. You know, we have to go back to that in order to get the real news, the real things that are going out in the world today. So I want to talk to my millennials just real quick. And I know it's like 1 minute before I say I'm going to take off, but I want to play a video for you guys. And I want to talk about 7 keys to success. Who should millennials be turning to? Who should they be watching? How can millennials succeed in this matrix and what they need to be doing? The earlier you start, the better. Don't wait till you're 40 years old to turn it on like most people. Don't wait till you're in your 30s to turn it on like most people. Find your purpose early in life and work towards that. Do not be distracted by these harlots and these Jezebels out here on the streets. You need to be focused on getting your 60 hours. I know you don't like to hear that. Millennials don't like to hear they got to work 60, 70, 80 hours a week. But guess what? Work it now while you're young, so you can be more laid back and chilling in your 30s and your 40s and your 50s. These are the moments you want to be chilling. These are the moments you want to be mentoring. You don't want to be working hard. You want to be putting in the work early. So let me play this quick video, and I'm going to see if I can play it. Give me 1 second here while I try to cue it up here real quick. It's right on my page here. I just uploaded it up on TikTok here. Okay, so now we got that up. I'll play this quick video real quick, man. And then we're going to end the broadcast. And make sure you are liking and sharing this. And I want to kind of leave us out on a positive note. Okay, let me make this a little bigger here. And we'll do it like that. Actually, I'll leave this in here. We'll do it like that. Let me play the quick video real quick, and then we'll die down the broadcast. Maybe we'll go to about 11:25 today.
When you think of success, what do you think of? A big house, fancy car, and expensive jewelry, right? We all know that's how the media portrays it. I hate to disappoint you, but lavish lifestyles and over-the-top clothing are not the true signs of success. True success is what lies within you, your personality, your values and morals. You see, success lies in being a good person and giving back to society for a brighter future. Remember that. Allow me to share with you my take on personal successes with millennials. I'm going to start with the obvious. To be successful, you need to know what it is that makes you happy. Answer this question. What do I want out of life? Once you have an idea of what makes you happy, it will be easier for you to direct your path towards those goals. Remember when you were a kid? You thought the world revolved around you. You wanted everything, and no one could stop you. As an adult, though, things changed. You had to learn how to compromise and adjust your expectations accordingly. People around you started expecting things from you. They wanted more than just a smile or a wave goodbye every morning. Being able to provide for your family and loved ones. Having a career you love. Having passions outside of work that bring you joy. Being able to travel the world and see its beauty. I believe that is what most people are looking for when they think of success. I believe these 4 things: family, career, passion, and travel are most important for millennials when it comes to their ideal for success. So here are my 7 tips for millennials to achieve personal success. 1. Learn to manage your money. It's no secret that millennials have a reputation for spending money they don't have. The truth is, if you want to be successful in life, you need to learn how to manage your finances. I know it sounds boring and even lame, but learning how to budget and save money will help you achieve more things in life than just having a nice car or wearing fancy clothes every day. 2. Learn to network. Networking is an important skill that you need to develop if you want to be successful in life. Networking means building relationships with people who can help you get ahead in your career, find a job, or even introduce you to someone who can provide additional opportunities for you. 3. Set goals and make a plan. Setting goals and making a plan are 2 of the most important things you can do if you want to be successful in life. Set goals that are specific, measurable, achievable, realistic and timely. Smart. Once you have your goals defined, it's time to make a plan on how to achieve them. 4. Learn how to listen and take advice. One of the most important things you can do if you want to be successful in life is to learn how to listen and take advice. Listening shows that you're interested in what the other person has to say, and taking advice shows that you respect their opinion and value their input. Listening is one of the most important skills anyone can have. The ability to listen allows you to learn from others, understand what they are saying, and respond appropriately. It also helps build trust, which makes people more likely to do what you want them to do. If you want to be successful in life, it's important that you become an active listener and learn how to use this skill effectively with everyone around you. 5. Work on your mental and physical health. If you want to be successful, it's important that you take care of yourself. This means making sure that your mental health is in good shape and your physical health is up to par as well. Your mind and body are connected, so if one of them isn't feeling great, then neither will be at their best. 6. Look for a mentor. Having a mentor will help you to improve your life and achieve success. A mentor can be someone who has already been successful in the field that you want to get into, or it could be someone who works with you on a regular basis. Mentors are great because they have experience in what it takes to succeed and can give you tips on how to accomplish your goals. 7. Last but not least, invest in yourself. If you want to improve your life, then invest in yourself. If you want to get a better job or make more money, then spend some of that extra cash on learning new skills or taking classes. This will pay off in the long run as you gain new knowledge that can help you achieve success in any area of your life. Millennials need to work hard, be smart, and seek out resources in order to achieve success. The world is changing and there are many challenges that millennials face. However, if you want to be successful in life, then you must work hard and surround yourself with positive people who believe in your potential. The millennial generation has a lot to offer, if it can just get the right training and resources. If millennials can work hard, be smart, and seek out the proper help, they will be able to achieve success in any area of their lives.
All right. So I put that video together for you millennials, man. Y'all can check it out on the TikTok. Y'all can go to Too Much Moxie podcast on TikTok, and y'all can check it out there if you want to see the video again. I know it was buffering a little bit. I promise you, man, my internet's like, I just did a speed test, like 59 megabytes per second and like 10 megabytes per second upload speed. So I don't know why it's buffering. I'm used to actually getting 400 megabytes per second speed, but we're only operating at 50. But it still should be enough to get through. So we buffered a little bit. So hopefully you guys were able to watch that video. And that's for you guys, millennials, man. That's my 7 keys for success, man. You gotta, in order to be successful, one of the things I talked about on there is finding a mentor and learning how to listen. Those are the 2 things that I really want millennials to focus on. Taking advice from older people. My dad taught me this. Experience isn't always the best teacher because experience can kill you.
Yep.
Learn how to watch people like Andrew Tate, watch people like Ye, watch bad examples like Blueface here in this talk list. Learn from them and don't go out thinking it's cool, but don't, go out thinking, hey man, I need to be better than what I'm seeing. Learn from the mistakes of others and learn from the successes of others. Learn how to take advice. When I'm speaking, you need to be listening. I'm going to just say it like that because I'm hitting y'all with knowledge. I'm hitting y'all with expertise. I'm hitting y'all with things that I've experienced and been through and things that I've learned just picking up in my travels and in my day-to-day. I'm trying to give it to y'all, man. I'm giving to y'all the unadulterated truth. You're not going to like me. You're not supposed to like me, but you're going to put some respect on my name because I'm going to give you the hard truth. And I want you guys to fall in love with the hard truth. Stop falling in love with the itchy ear things. Stop falling in love with the crowd. I want you to stand out from the crowd. The things I'm teaching you here on this channel, the things I'm talking about on this channel is geared to help you stand out from the crowd, not to follow the crowd. So they're not going to be always popular, but they're going to be something that's contrary to probably what mainstream is doing. So make sure you take advice and make sure you find mentors. I guess the third thing I want to make sure I add, and even though I gave you 7, but I want 3 things I want you to key in on. Invest in yourself. So invest in yourself. Take sound advice from people who are worthy of giving that advice. Okay, and learn how to listen. Actively listen. That can help you get ahead in life. Don't always have something to say. Be quiet and listen so you can learn and then respond appropriately instead of just talking just to hear yourself speaking. So those are things I wanted to key in on today. I want to talk a little about Andrew Tate. I want to talk a little about Ye. I want to talk a little bit about the Blueface scenario, what's going on with that, man. Two of them are one of the most influential people, and 3 of them, and the third one, I guess he's entertaining. Know the difference between influential and entertaining. That's all I got today, you guys, man. Walter, you want to close us out?
Sure. Yeah. The only thing I have is also don't accept things just for what they are, because a lot of entities will put people like Blueface out there just so that you as a man who don't have any guidance from other men will say, hey, I guess that's just how it is. Man, when we get with women, that's just how. No, that's not how it is. If you as a man start learning how to remove yourself from certain situations, it will stop certain epidemics from rising. If more men would move, if you find yourself in a Blueface situation early on, you're like, hey, nah, I'm good. That would actually correct the problem, because that's more men getting on code. And then there would be no spectacle. There would be no cameras to capitalize on you. There wouldn't be any pregnancies that you would have to worry about, because you removed yourself from the situation instead of saying, hey, I'll just stay with this girl because that's just how it is. They're all crazy, blah, blah, blah. So don't fall into the programming. Be on code. Blueface is 0% on code to me. Ye is like 50% on code. He's an influencer. Tate is, to me, 100% on code because he's an influencer and lives a manly manosphere life. And so I think that more younger men or men watching this channel need to learn how to be 100% on code, to where you're a man business wise on code, and you're also a man manly wise on code. And so if you can get both of those together, and the only way you get that is by great counsel. And I know you're going to say, well, not everybody's going to understand my bag, and not everybody's going to understand my plan with God. That's not what we're here for. We're here as a pillar, as a guidance. You know, yeah, not everybody's going to understand your bag, but at the same time, there's people that went through what you went through. There's people that could help guide it. Now, if you see that somebody like us or older or whatever that's telling you the right things may not understand your bag, then that's when you take it as a grain of salt. But at least now you have the information on the right things to do. And then if somebody doesn't understand what you're doing, then you say, you know, hey, I'll take it from here because you don't understand what I'm doing. But don't just shun us from the beginning and then wind up looking like a fool. And that's all I got to say.
Man, well said, well said. And y'all know how we do it over here, man. As men, don't bow down. Don't bow down. Stand up for the truth. Don't give up just because it gets hard. Don't give up. Keep going. And with that being said, this is the Too Much Moxie podcast, and we are out. Peace.
Yeah, I feel like